Imagine your stomach, a fiery pit of acid, yet somehow your body keeps it in check. How does it not dissolve itself? It's a dance of pH control, and it's wilder than you think. This isn't just a simple chemical reaction. It's a sophisticated system of enzymes, buffers, and feedback loops. The body's way of keeping things balanced, even in the most extreme conditions. You might not feel it, but your body is constantly adjusting, like a tightrope walker balancing on a wire. Every drop of gastric juice is a carefully orchestrated move. But how does it do it? What's the secret behind this pH magic? Let's dive in and uncover the science behind the stomach's silent superhero act. This isn't just about digestion. It's about survival, adaptation, and the body's uncanny ability to maintain homeostasis. Let's unravel it beat by beat. So what exactly are we talking about? Let's start by defining what we mean by gastric juice and its pH. Gastric juice is the liquid secreted by the stomach, and it's super acidic, usually around pH 1.5 to 2.0. That's way more acidic than lemon juice or vinegar. This extreme acidity is crucial for breaking down food, especially proteins. But here's the catch. The stomach has to maintain this low pH despite the constant influx of food and other substances. How does it manage that? That's the whole point of this video. To understand this, we need to look at the stomach's lining. It has a special layer called the mucosa, which protects the stomach from its own acidic environment. This layer is made up of mucus-secreting cells and is essential for preventing self-digestion. Now, the stomach's ability to maintain such a low pH is a balance between acid production and protection. Without this balance, the stomach would digest itself. That's why the body has evolved such a precise and complex system. So, the main question is, how does the body regulate this pH? And why is it so important? Let's dive deeper into the mechanisms that make this possible. We'll explore the cells involved, the processes at play, and the consequences if things go wrong. You might think your stomach is just a food processor, but it's actually a chemical lab. Every meal you eat is a test, and your body uses pH to control the reaction. When you eat, your stomach produces acid to break down food, but it also has a way to control that acid so it doesn't damage your own tissues. This balance is crucial. Too much acid can cause ulcers, and too little can mean you can digest proteins properly. Understanding this pH regulation isn't just for scientists. It's about knowing how your body handles food, stress, and even medications that affect digestion. So, while you're eating your favorite burger, your body is silently managing a complex chemical reaction. And you should care because it affects how well you feel and function. Back in the 1800s, scientists started really digging into how our stomachs handle acid. They noticed that even though we eat all sorts of foods, our stomach stays at a pretty consistent pH. That sparked a big question. How does the body control this so precisely? In 1921, William Bayliss and Ernest Starling discovered something surprising. They found that the stomach doesn't need direct nerve signals to release acid. It's controlled by hormones. This was a major shift in how we thought about digestion. The big breakthrough came in 1938, when Paul Hochschild and colleagues discovered that the stomach lining has specialized cells called parietal cells. These cells produce hydrochloric acid and are key to pH regulation in the stomach. Later in the 1950s, researchers like Robert Smith and others mapped out how the stomach senses and adjusts pH through feedback loops. This helped explain how the body keeps things in balance even when we eat acidic foods. And in the 2000s, advancements in imaging and molecular biology gave us a deeper look into the molecular mechanisms behind gastric pH. This has led to better understanding and treatments for acid-related disorders. Imagine your tummy is a tiny factory. It makes a special juice to help break down food. This juice is super strong and super acidic, like a lemon. But it's really important for your body. But your body needs to control this juice so it doesn't hurt your tummy. That's where a special team of cells comes in. They work like tiny robots, keeping the juice just right. These cells use a special tool called a proton pump. It's like a tiny elevator that moves the acid into the juice, so the inside stays just the right strength. If the juice gets too strong, the cells step in and slow down the pump. If it's too weak, they speed it up. It's like a thermostat for your tummy. So, your body is super smart. It makes the right juice, keeps it safe, and makes sure you can digest your food without hurting yourself. Before any action happens, the stomach is a quiet, acidic environment. The lining of the stomach contains specialized cells called parietal cells, ready to do their job. These parietal cells are equipped with a complex internal machinery, including the H-Wis-K plus ATPase enzyme, which will be key to pH regulation. However, the body constantly monitors pH levels through specialized receptors, which detect even slight changes in acidity. When the body detects a need to adjust pH, the parietal cells prepare to activate their secretory process, setting the stage for pH regulation. Now, the parietal cells in the stomach lining release hydrogen ions into the gastric lumen, lowering the pH to around 1.5 to 2. This acidic environment is critical for protein digestion and killing harmful bacteria. This process is powered by the proton pump, a complex protein that uses energy from ATP to move hydrogen ions across the cell membrane against their natural gradient. The stomach also has a buffering system, where bicarbonate ions from the blood neutralize excess acid, keeping the blood pH stable and preventing damage to the body. This precise regulation ensures that the stomach can function efficiently without harming the surrounding tissues or the rest of the body. Now, here's the clever twist. When the stomach lining detects the pH getting too low, it sends a signal to the brain via the vagus nerve, like a feedback loop. This signal tells the brain that the stomach is too acidic, and the brain responds by telling the stomach to slow down. This is like the body's built-in thermostat, keeping the pH in check without overreacting. The brain can also instruct the stomach to release more mucus or bicarbonate to neutralize acid temporarily. This entire process is seamless, happening in real time, and it's all controlled by the body's complex feedback system. At the heart of this process is the proton pump, a molecular machine embedded in the cell membrane of parietal cells. It's like a tiny factory that moves hydrogen ions from one side to the other, creating the acidic environment we need. This pump uses energy from ATP, which is the cell's primary energy currency. Every time it works, it's essentially charging the stomach with acid, one proton at a time. The pH of gastric juice is tightly regulated, usually between 1.5 and 3.5. This extreme acidity is crucial for protein digestion and killing harmful microbes. But the body doesn't just run on acid, it balances it. The stomach lining is protected by a mucus layer and bicarbonate, which neutralizes the acid near the cells. This whole system is a symphony of molecular precision. Every proton, every enzyme, every cell working in harmony to ensure we digest food safely and efficiently. Imagine your stomach is a tiny acid factory, and your body is a master engineer. It's not about making the acid, but controlling the pH with perfect precision. The stomach has a pump that can crank up the acid, but it also has a safety switch to turn it down when needed. This is like a thermostat for your stomach. This system is so precise that even if you eat a whole pizza, your stomach pH doesn't go haywire. It just adjusts and keeps things balanced. It's a gloriously dumb but accurate analogy, like saying your body has a tiny robot that knows when to turn the acid on and off. And that's how your body keeps your stomach pH in check, without a single drop of magic or mystery. Before you go, if you enjoyed this, please give it a like and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. And tell us in the comments what you'd like us to make next. We read every single one. Thank you so much for watching. Comment this emoji if you made it to the end.